Now, in the last video, I shared with you about the different sites we have. So I'm going to give you a quick tour. And what we're looking at here is the income property buyer, the investor's website. It's a site for real estate investors, has on it the acquisition guidelines, what you buy, what you don't buy, a registration process, and a property submission process. So we go through this real quickly. And this is the front end of the website. And it actually has in here, it's a system. It discloses here the types of properties that you actually invest in. You know, it's just listed here. Real simple. The types of properties you don't or are not interested in, they are listed here. And of course, there are the locations you invest in, where you purchase, certain states you don't go in, you list them. Like here we don't do Alaska and Hawaii. And the property requirements, the required documents, the submission process, our processing procedures, what to expect once you submit a property, and the agent conflict avoidance policy. That's important. If you got 3 agents that submit to you the same property, which one are you going to work with? Well, this addresses that. Then there's the registration process where the individuals here. And just as you're going to see this on a lot of our websites, where we segment our visitors. So here we have the brokers that end up going here on a separate list, and principals actually go here. And then, of course, you have the property submission where you simply come here and they actually submit their property and data and register. All right. The registration is for the broker. So you actually can run a broker network in the background if you choose to. All right. But it's real streamlined, very strategic, and it's a actual system. So you simply, once you go into the back office, you'll see where you'll make offers on properties, but in your offer, it links back to this website with your website address and your emails and all of that technical stuff. All right. So that's the property buyers or investors website. And what we're going to look at on these sites is just the front end. So it actually looks like this. What we purchase, where we purchase, our process, and a little bit about us. If our philosophy, the broker and agent relationship thing, and acquisition guidelines. It's pretty straightforward. It's real simple. And that's the investor's website. Now, this is a funnel. As you may notice on this, there are no external links. You can't link anywhere or click anywhere. The only thing you can do here is actually fill out our form and start this process. All right. And this is the funnel we use for cash buyers. And we get cash buyers and non-cash buyers. But this site or funnel really actually separates the cash buyers from the non-cash buyers. And later you can go back and work directly with your non-cash buyers if you choose to. This next site is our joint venture website. And it's part of the advanced stuff here. Let me mention this. This site works with the local property flipping course. This website here is what it's for. It works directly with that training program. We'll see that when we go into the other part of the site. So here on that joint venture site, this is a site you can use to structure joint ventures. This is a little advanced. A bit advanced, but this is what it looks like. And the whole point here is that we're going to either with the joint venture, the way it works, the program is that either you help me buy a property, say a $2 million property, you either help me buy a property, be my partner, or let me help you buy a property and be your partner. So it's a process that's good to know. And then the other site we have here is the large project funding website. This is for projects that are over $50 million, infrastructure deals, large projects. And, they include energy, mining, solar, coal fires, infrastructure funding. And that's what this website does. Same process, services, has a blog on it, contact us page. All right. The next site is a commercial financing training website. It actually has a course in it where you can actually take this site and create your own training programs and sell them for whatever you choose to. We give you a course with any of our content and courses. We can actually add or actually create some courses if you need them. If you want to add some, and if not, it doesn't matter. You have in here, it's a course, training course, content, programs, has videos on it. It's the video here of the local property flip results here. And of course, as I said, you can price these courses for whatever you want. You can have a freebie, give away your property flipping course in the first 2 portions of the financing masterclass as a freebie, and the upgrade would be $49 a month. And you get all of these and plus these added courses. And of course, there's lifetime access with one-time payment. All right. So we have that course. Now, back to the starter pack. A starter pack starts here, and this is where we're gonna look at the 2 starter pack deals, and then we're gonna go into the back office. All right. Here on let's do business first. This is the business starter pack. Now, what's unique and what we like about the business financing, and it's important you remember this. This is very important. Is that you don't have to do any communications or have contacts with the clients. All you have to do is send them to the website. All right. And what it does, these are the programs you have. You have a Fast Capital here, pretty much list of terms on it, on the programs. And here you apply for the loan. And this apply button relates to all of the sections and programs. So they all have that same button that goes to the same site. You have term loans here, all right, and the terms on the term loans. And as you notice, there's no collateral required here, and they can close in as fast as 2 weeks. This is a little long for for a business loan. You have SBA and banking loans in here, up to $15 million. Credit requirements are stated here, up to 100% LTV. Pretty cool, all right? And 25-year term, streamlined underwriting, and no prepayment penalties. Pretty cool stuff. Now, these are business programs. And then, of course, you have the lines of credit, up to $500,000. Now, on the lines of credit, this is a good thing to do with a residential or commercial property investor. And what you actually do is you refer them to your credit line application and see if they qualify for a credit line first, then a real estate loan secondly. You say, well, why would you want to do that? Well, a couple of reasons. One, the credit line is a whole lot faster. 2, and if you're going to require any fees for any other services, packaging the loans or pre-underwriting the loans, they'll have the ability to pay you by using that credit line. Plus, you'll get paid for the credit line, all right? So there's just something to remember in terms of how to integrate credit lines into your business. It doesn't matter what kind of business you're in here, that the lines of credit are just good for all businesses to have, all right? Next, you have the equipment financing, and this is, equipment financing up to $5 million. That can include fleet financing of 18-wheelers, automobiles for a company that needs 10, 15 truck delivery vehicles. It can include the furnishings for a law firm, including the desk, the computers, the furniture, furnishings for a restaurant, furnishings for a store. Inventory. It's a lot of things that equipment financing involve, and can actually involve. And then, of course, you have real estate up to $2 million, all 50 states, 600 credit requirements, up to 75% LTV. And these are basically 2, 4, 6 programs. All right. So your clients or prospects, you simply drive them to your website, and the website handles everything from there. That's the business portion of it. Of course, here we have some FAQs, explain stuff, and your contact info if anybody have any questions. I haven't had anyone to ask any questions. They simply go through the process. You don't really need to talk to them. You don't have to, the way this is set up. So here's how it works. I come here, I want to do a fast capital loan, and I click here to pre-qualify. Now, I want you to notice here again, that segmentation thing I was talking about. I have my brokers to come here and my borrowers, the actual principals, to come here. And here's what happens. The brokers come here, and I can't broker these loans. You can't broker the business loans because they're underwritten in real time. Okay. There's an affidavit that has to be signed, and I can't, or no broker can sign an affidavit for an owner verifying and certifying that the information that they have submitted is true and correct. And for that reason, your brokers can't fill out the application. But you have an alternative. The alternative is, if you are a broker or agent, please register below for direct access to the lender. Now, the way this works, you'll see when we go in the back office, even though, say, you're a broker and we can't broker a loan together, what I do is I give you a link directly to the lender, and you take that link and you send it to your client, and your client fills it out. If you close a loan, the lender basically pays me a small referral fee from the fees that you actually earn. So it's kind of like an affiliate program, because I can't broker the loans with you unless we have a side agreement. And the thing with side agreements, it's hard to keep up with that stuff. We don't want that. We want this to run on autopilot. All right. So that's how that works. And if I'm a borrower, I simply come here and start the process. Now, what happens here is pretty cool, because what we are doing now is I'm getting information from you, and it's being stored on my website. And all I need to know is your name and your email address and phone number. And this is important, because even though initially we asked you to determine if you were a borrower or a broker, they're still I want you to confirm it again. And I want to know the loan amount you're looking to borrow. All right. And I want to know your company's, the borrowing company. And let me tell you why that's important. When we log into the lender platform, you may see my name in there. You may see a company called Jones Enterprises that was funded last week. You got paid, but you log in and look at your files, you don't see Jones Enterprises. You see Durante Parks. You can't connect the dots. But this way, by putting this in front of the funder, the client, what it does is you're capturing the information. So once I get to the application, if I don't complete it, you log into the lender platform and you see that I filled out the form, this particular form, but you went into the lender's platform and you don't see my name. That tells you that I got to the application, but I didn't finish it. So that gives you an opportunity to follow up. And a lot of times the reason people don't finish the application is they're on their phones, or they don't actually have the data in front of them. So it creates an opportunity for you to follow up. 1. 2, if for some reason the lender